Hi, how's it going? This is Resident of Collingwood for YouTube, Resident _of Collingwood for BitChute, and I'm here to do two videos. Number one, a Dark Shadows video, and number two, a Halloween 5 video. You know, my Dark Shadows video is about legends, and really, what I mean by legends is, think about Jeremiah, think about Isaac, Joshua, Barnabas. Do you meet the person right away? No. How do you meet them? Their portrait, and behind those portraits of those men is a legend. Now, whether that legend's true or false, which we know what that is neither here or there. But the fact is, Dark Shadows characters are built upon legends, whether they're lies or not. It's not necessarily about it being a lie or the truth in this video, at least. It's about the fact that those characters. Okay, what's Jeremiah's legend? He built the great house. He married Josette, and yes, he did marry Josette, but there's circumstances behind that. He lived a long life, but that's not we know that's not true. He didn't live a long life. He was killed in a duel by Barnabas, but that's not recorded. So when you think about Dark Shadows was built around legends. Even Widow's Hill, the legend of Widow's Hill, it's a legend. And I think that's definitely something we could see in a new series. And what I mean by that is, think of 2020 or, even 2021. Every person living in that house would be surrounded by newer portraits of people who had their own legends. Carolyn, David, Quentin, Barnabas. The legend, what lies would they be told to preserve their legacy? Would Barnabas's lies still be, oh, he went to England? Because we know there was a Barnabas in the 60s, and he perceived himself to be, the ancestor of the 1795 Barnabas. So, what legends would a modern day Collins family hear about all these family members who came before them? We know what Jeremiah's legend is. We know what Isaac's legend is. I don't know why I said Isaiah. We know what Joshua's legend is. We know what Barnabas's legend is. He went to England and died. But again, we know that's not true. We know he didn't go to England and die. He got cursed. And so, what legend would you put around Carolyn? What legend would you put around David? What legend would you put around the Barnabas that lived at Collingwood in the 1960s? You wouldn't think it would be the same as the 1795 Barnabas, right? But that's something Dark Shadows could easily do. And that's something I hope they do. And what I mean by that is, look, to the Dan Curtis estate, if you're hearing the sound of my voice, I think the one thing that they can't do is they can't be afraid to try. And I'm not saying they are, but they can't be afraid to try to do Dark Shadows. I mean, look at True Blood. True Blood's getting rebooted, and the creator of True Blood said he drew inspiration from Barnabas, and you need to stop letting the imitators steal all your limelight and kick in the door. And I do think it's well. I've said this. Look, it's well past time for a new Dark Shadows. I know there are people out there who are mixed about it, and that's fine. You could be mixed about it all you like. I'm not mixed about it. I'm looking dead ahead, going, bring it on. Come on, because to me, you have all these other products out there that are Dark Shadows esque. You have all these other products out there to me that are Dark Shadows clones. Well, I don't want the clone. I want the real deal. I want the real McCoy, as they say. But in order for that to happen, I think they have to be willing to take a chance, whether it's a story with Barnabas or a story without Barnabas. I keep hearing that the Dark Shadows reboot was not going to have Barnabas in it. And here's how I feel about that. I would have watched it. I felt just fine about that, because keep in mind, this series, this soap opera did not start off with Barnabas. I watched the beginning episodes first. I didn't watch the Barnabas Collins arc first. I was fortunate enough to catch Dark Shadows from the very beginning, and thank God I did. I mean, because when I look at Dark Shadows, I guess that's why I look at it differently than anyone else. And I tend to look at film and television differently than most. No, it's not necessarily on purpose. It is what it is. I look at Dark Shadows as legends, because that's what the Collins family was built around itself. Legend. They founded the town. This happened. You can hear my kid who's awake. But that's what it was built around, was legends. And when I think of today, well, okay, again, what would Carolyn's legend be? What would that lie be? You know what I mean? Would it be a lie? Would they tell the truth finally? Would there be a lie around David? Or would there be the truth? I gotta believe there would be, a lie, because that's something that's been consistent with the Collins family history. It's been one big lie. It makes you sort of wonder with Isaac Collins, not necessarily did he found the town. Yeah, we know he found the town, because the town's there. But how that exactly went down. So, for me, even, Widow's Hill is a legend. The widows jumping and everything, and that's something I discussed in my other video. So to me, Dark Shadows, my friends, and by the way, Happy Hanukkah, is built around legends. You guys have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really do think that the only way we're going to get a Dark Shadows is if the powers that be, if you will, do exactly what their father did. And that's take a chance. They have to be willing to take risk. Dan Curtis was not afraid to take risk. And Dan Curtis was not afraid to fight for his product. And I do think they are fighting for their product. Don't get me wrong. But from a risk standpoint, that's where I would say you need to be more risky. You know what I mean? You can't worry about Barnabas all the time. Like I said, I wouldn't mind if it didn't start off with Barnabas. We've seen Barnabas Collins. Again, that's my perspective. You don't have to agree with that. If you disagree with that, you're more than welcome. But hey, have a happy Hanukkah. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.